cancer in children and teenagers is not just a scaled-down version of adult cancer, meaning if we do a ton of research on adult cancers, it's somehow going to trickle down always to pediatric cancer. That is just not the case. Childhood cancer is often its own unique genetic, molecular, and therapeutic entity. So we need dedicated research just on childhood cancers.
Pediatric cancer in general is very underfunded. It's still nowhere near the level of funding that, for example, adult cancer research receives from the NIH. And that makes it even that much more important for researchers like myself and others around the country to have opportunities to fund projects and fund their research through foundations such as Sam Day Foundation.
Everyone forgets that especially in childhood cancer or even adolescent cancer, the toxic and devastating effects of current therapies leave a majority of these patients with lifelong health problems. They could be as devastating as loss of fertility, cardiac problems, and worst of all, secondary cancers.
There are so many different hardships that we encounter, but to be frank, putting myself in my patient's parents' shoes, it's nowhere near the hardships that they're facing as parents. Some specifics, hardships for me is when we can't offer specific therapies locally, and to add on top of the hardships and the struggles that families are already going through by saying that, well, there's a trial in Texas that you might be able to access or that we should look into. Whereas in my heart of hearts, I would like to say, yeah, we're going to be opening that trial, or we have that trial open here as well.
This Ewing sarcoma project in my lab was really a shoestring project. We would borrow a little from here, a little from there, and we were never able to take it on as a full-time project. The funding from Sam Day Foundation really made this a committed, dedicated project with a very enthusiastic and motivated research assistant. I would honestly say this project on Ewing sarcoma would have died without the Sam Day Foundation, and I mean that. What makes me really optimistic that there is a community of researchers and patients and advocates who still care about this. Survival is nice, but the quality of life should be retained. The full potential that the child would have had without the cancer should be retained, and that is one of our motivations.
One day I hope I will never have to have a difficult conversation with a family or a child diagnosed with a brain tumor.
One day I hope that every child has the fullest potential of life with or without cancer.